Monday the 6th of June. And let's see if we get a first half-hour breakout here, okay? This is what the market opened up here, right? This is overnight trading, right? Market opened up here at 9:30. Traded down a bit, hit the low, rallied up, put in the high at about 9:57. So this is the high of the first half hour, which is 21.08 1/4, okay? And of course the low of the day is much lower than that. It looks like the market's going to break up through the high, so we're going to have a resting buy stop at 21.08 3/4, because one tick above the quarter is a half. We don't buy or sell on halves when entering on a stop order. And really the only strategy that I use, let's just put this in now. 8 3/4 would be right there. Shit. Hold on. 21.08 3/4. Hold on. 21.08 3/4 right there. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that isn't 21.08 3/4 would be based on the first half hour breakout. Let's just see if we get it. We're coming up now. We've matched the high of the day of 21.08 1/4. We need to see it break by a half point. 21.08 3/4. By the way, we are in all-time new territory in the S&Ps. The E-Minis have never been at these levels before. I believe the prior level was 21.05 1/4, half, somewhere around there. So we have broken up through the all-time highs in the S&Ps, and so far we're sustaining above those levels. As you can see, the market has rallied up through the 21.05 1/4, hit 8 1/4. We came back down, which should act as type of support. So we've been consolidating here, right, above the all-time highs in the S&Ps. We'll see if we can break up through. Here we go. We just broke up through the highs by a tick. Our buy stops at 1/4, 21.08 3/4 rather. Let's see if we get hit or if we fail. All right, so far has not hit that number. All right, we'll see. We're still waiting for that break at 21.08 3/4. We've gone up to a half. And again, remember the reasons behind why we don't buy or sell halves or rounds, because typically rounds and halves are numbers where the market is stops before maybe moving through. So if we're going to enter on a stop order to enter the market, we definitely want to be at 3/4 or below those numbers. Okay, so let's just see. I'll be right. All right, I am back. So again, we've got a buy stop here at 21.08 3/4 on 2 contracts, and then looking to take one off automatically at the 1-point profit target of 21.09 3/4. As you can see that order right in here. Okay, so we've got
order filled.
All right, a buy stop here at 21.08 3/4 and a sell limit at 21.09 3/4 for a 1-point profit target. So let's just see what happens. Breaking up a little bit here, 21.09. And we'll take our other, once our first profit target is hit, we will move the other one to just slightly below break even. See if we can get a little runner here. Again, we're in all-time new territory. So sky's the limit, I believe, here. Let's just see what happens. I will be back. So we're at 20, we hit 21.09 already. 21.09. We want to give this just a little room, not a whole lot of room, but let's just see what we can do here. All right, looks like the market's kind of failing. There is no follow through to the upside right now, so we've got our sell stop at 21.07 1/4, which is below all these little lows here. 21.07 half. These lows right here. That's our protection on this long at 21.08 3/4. We're just going to 1.5. We'll see what this bar does. If this bar can close in the top quarter, or maybe even break up through and hit 9 1/4, then we'll move our stop up to below this bar's low. But we're going to hold on give it just a little bit more room here. All right, we're going to go ahead and leave our stop right there at 2107.25. I'm going to watch this bar closely. I'm going to go 2108, 2107.75. I could move it up to, but I'm going to leave it here just to give it a little bit more room to breathe and see if we can run a little bit again. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, I went ahead and moved my stop up to 3 1/4, so we're only risking 1 full point here. That's it, 1 full point. Okay, gave it enough room. Okay, we closed right in here. We're testing this bar's high. We're near the high of the day. But again, if we come down to 2107.75, I don't want it anymore. We'll just scratch the trade. Okay, so again, this is for the first half-hour breakout strategy, the strategy that you learned in the last video, in the last week's series. You should have gotten it this weekend. If you haven't watched it, please go ahead and watch it. I'm going to pause the video and see if we can move a little higher. All right, sitting right here at 2107.75, right above the halves. Look at the halves, the lows right here. All right, so we're sitting right there. If we break down through that, we take a point losing trade, no big deal. Overall bias to the market is up, of course. We are in all-time new territory, but we're not really seeing much follow through to the upside once that market broke up through this consolidation right in here. We'll see. All right, I am back, and we got stopped, so we lost $100 on that on 2 contracts. We bought this market at 2108.75, looking for the market to move minimum to 2109.75. Wasn't able to do it. Had our stop lower, but then we moved it up, and that's fine. We took a point losing trade, no big deal. I'm going to pause the video until we get another trade, maybe based on the whole market flow. Wait for the market to come down a bit, look to buy on a pullback, and then look for that resumption back up. Okay, so we need to see more of a pullback here, and I'm eyeballing down in this area, right in the middle of that range, at 2107. Let's check it out. Okay, I'll pause the video. I'll be back shortly. All right, I am back, and let's see, market is coming down. Market retested those highs. Janet Yellen speaking at 12:30 and again at 2 o'clock, so I'm laying low. I'm not doing anything. Normally, if there weren't any announcements coming out, right? Again, it is 12, a little after 12, so she's going to be speaking here in about 20 minutes. So I'm not going to do anything. And then at 2 o'clock, she's speaking again. If she wasn't doing that, I would be buying this market in here. I would certainly be buying this market, looking for a pop to the upside. And what about the 40% retracement of today's up move, right? From today's low to high, we're at the 38.2%. We're back to this pivot low here, or what I like to call an active low, which is an area where we should see some type of bounce. We shouldn't break through it that much. We should get a bounce back up to this area. But again, with that news coming out shortly, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to end this video, and I'll record a trade if there is something a little later. Okay? Have a great one. Bye for now.